It might be time then to start talking about making some rules. Do you think he'd ever do something like this again?
I didn't think that he'd do it the first time.
Well, you didn't hang him like you did Gregory. There must be a reason for that.
So should I let him walk like nothing happened?
No. If keeping him locked up means that the crops don't get planted, then it's not just him that gets punished.
Hilltop will be fine.
What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about the sneak peek we got for The Walking Dead Season 9 Episode 2. In this sneak peek, it takes place at the hilltop and we see Michonne confronting Maggie and is asking her to help with the sanctuary and kind of sacrifice some food for them because they're having a hard time, keeping them safe. Also, I wanted to say, did I change some of the settings on my mic? So I don't know if this sounds any better. You guys let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, let's get started. So first thing that I want to say is that it looks like this episode is going to be picking up a couple weeks after episode 1 because first of all, Maggie's eye is getting much better and that wouldn't have gotten better overnight. And then also they're already in the process of building stuff that weren't there in episode 1, like this thing behind Maggie. The bridge is already getting built. So it definitely looks like it's been a couple weeks. And the saviors are having a hard time right now because there's hundreds of saviors and they need help from the hilltop to feed these guys because there's so many. And Maggie is kind of reluctant about it, and that's why Michonne went to go talk to her. And Michonne asks Maggie if she can spare some food for the saviors, and Jesus even agrees to it and says, yeah, we can spare some, but Maggie is denying. And you can tell that, yeah, she wants to care for her people, but it's pretty obvious that it's more deeper than that. She hates the saviors, and she couldn't care less if, the saviors died. So she obviously is putting her people first, but not only that, she doesn't give two shits about the saviors. And it looks like Maggie is sort of making excuses in a way, because she's saying that they don't have fuel for the tractor, which is true. But then she's saying, because Michonne brings up the fact that we brought you a plow from the museum, and then Maggie is saying that I need a blacksmith to fix it. But Earl is a blacksmith, and she just put him in prison. So, it's just a bit irritating. But we have to understand that Maggie, she lost her husband to these people, so there's no forgiving here. And I don't think there's going to be any forgiving or any, working things out for Maggie until something horrible happens to Rick. And I think that's what's going to change her mind. Because the next part in the teaser really shows that Maggie truly only cares for herself, because Michonne is saying that yeah, I know what Earl did was horrible, but if he's locked up, and we don't get the plow fixed, it's not only him that's going to be suffering. And then Maggie just interrupts Michonne saying that Hilltop is going to be fine. And you can see the look in Michonne's face, she knows that it's not just about them, it's the fact that she doesn't want to help the saviors at all. I also wanted to say I love what Lauren Cohan is doing with Maggie this season. I know it's only been an episode and a couple sneak peeks and trailers, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from Maggie. And she was probably the highlight of episode 1. I loved what she did in episode 1. And I know even though it might be irritating at times when she's not being compliant with the group and stuff, that just means the actor is doing a good job, and I think she's doing a wonderful job, and I'm very interested in Maggie's arc this season. Now, I don't think this drama between Maggie and Michonne is going to go too far, because Maggie's kind of minding her own business. She doesn't go to the other communities and tell people what to do. She is caring for her people and her community and being a leader there. But people keep coming to her and asking her for help and asking her to do stuff like Rick and Michonne did. And even last episode, she was telling Rick that no, I'm gonna stay here. I'm not going to Alexandria because the Negan is there. So she's minding her own business, but I do feel like if they keep pressing her, Maggie's gonna snap. Now, I don't want to get too much into the comics, but there is a moment in the comics where Maggie punches Rick because of decision making. And it kind of fits the picture here because let's say, Rick and Michonne keep bothering Maggie, keep asking her for stuff. Maybe one day Maggie's having a bad day, or maybe they bring up something at the wrong time, like they talk about Glenn or Negan or something. Maybe Maggie snaps and punches Rick, and I could definitely see that happening. And obviously she's going to regret it immediately, but Rick is probably going to leave. I don't think Rick is going to hit her back, but Rick is probably going to leave, and that's probably the last time Maggie's going to see Rick, because Rick has a very small arc this season, and also, or not small, small number of episodes, I mean, and also Maggie has a very, very short arc this season as well. So, and both their arcs are heavy though, they're short but heavy. So I could see Rick leaving, possibly dying, probably dying, and then that completely changes Maggie. That way, when Rick dies, that's going to completely change Maggie, because Maggie's going to be like, shit, I just lost one of my closest friends who helped me so much. And then she's probably going to, you know, take over what Rick does and says everybody needs to work together. But that's also a bit tricky because Maggie's also leaving this season, but she's not dying. But I have a feeling Maggie's going to be there after Rick. Like, she's going to make it to that second time jump, and then something's going to happen there, I feel. But I do think Rick's death is going to have a huge effect on Maggie, because I don't think their exits are going to be the exact same, even though they're both going to only be in 6 episodes. But Maggie's arc this season is definitely interesting, and I definitely think Rick's death is going to change her. But I am going to wrap it up there, and I want to hear from you guys. So in the comments down below, you comment, you know, what you think Maggie's arc is going to be like this season, and if you think Rick's exit is going to play an effect on her, or what do you think is going to happen. So all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Thanks for all the support on these videos, guys. I do appreciate it. For daily Walking Dead videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.